stone vet. I hit the ground running when I'm invading your country. Instill with honor and discipline. Throw my guns like onyx, dressed in camo with.
What's up, guys? RNG here from the STONED VET USMC. I'm glad you guys are here with me to enjoy this time together. We take this like I tell you guys every episode, this is my counseling session. This is what I get to do and hang out and enjoy time together with my brothers and sisters, man.
Can I charge you therapist rates?
You can't charge. Look, you get to smoke, dude. You're smoking and you're chilling, dude. This is a good time to hang out. And I appreciate you guys coming in, listening to the #1 Marine Corps podcast in the entire world. It's because of you guys, because of you, that I was able to win this award, man. I appreciate you guys. Like I tell you guys, always share this product, man. Go like, subscribe, and share. However you listen to the podcast, I put all the description in wherever the description box is. In YouTube, it's down at the bottom. If you listen to iTunes or wherever else, it's in there. And whenever you look at the episode, the description's in there, man. Go check that out. Like I said, share it with people, man, because it may not benefit you, but I guarantee you know somebody that it can benefit, man. Huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180. Rafa 180 provides you the best medicinal grade CBD on the market, hands down. That's one of the things we always talk about. We don't get the sleep that we need. Rafa 180 provides you some amazing sleep remedies when it comes to CBD. Go check it out. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com. And when you check out the STONED VET USMC, get 15% off your entire purchase. You want some of the swag too? This is a great hoodie, dude. It's nice and thick and warm. It's still cold outside. You know what I'm saying? It's soft, thick, warm. Even a nice cup, right? For you guys that are out in Florida and Texas, out on the beach. I got my brothers taking pictures. Look, I'm on the beach today. I was like, son of a bitch, dude. It's fucking cold as shit right now.
Yeah, Rafa 180's been doing CBD since even before the start of this whole CBD craze.
Right,
too.
yeah, right before the CBD craze started,
right
dude. So we've been
OGs.
doing it. We've been holding down the fort, man. But definitely go check that out. Like I said, you go to Rafa 180 page up in the top right corner. It says STONED VET. Click the link, dude. It's gonna take you to my store. Get you some great, amazing swag, man. I'm super excited today. Like I tell you guys, my goal is to be bigger than Joe Rogan. Like that's my goal. I've been doing this for about a year now, and it's getting better and better. You guys are coming over, hanging out, subscribing, sharing the content, man. I'm super excited today. I got a brother here. You guys may not know this ugly face with the crazy ass hair, but this guy is Giddy Up. He is the founder and creator of EMOTEK Labs, right? Is it EMOTEK Labs?
EMOTEK Labs.
EMOTEK. He's also, what a lot of people may not understand, he's also a freaking Army veteran, dude.
Well, you know.
You know, guys. You guys know how I feel about the Army guys. They love coming on the STONED VET. They want to hang out and chill and relax and just bullshit, right? And that's what it's about. It's hanging out and relaxing with each other and just the camaraderie, right? The camaraderie that we have together, man.
Somebody must have told you I was a Marine. I noticed that your wife put some crayons out next to all the food.
Next to all the, that was for me. That's for me for dinner tonight. So I had the opportunity. So everybody knows the whole COVID fiasco crap that's been going on. Nobody's getting together. Nobody's doing anything. It sucks. I ain't seen this guy. What's been about a year?
At least
a year since the COVID thing has happened because I got little ones. He's got a brand new little guy. And you know, me and him, we're out all the time interacting with people, and who knows what the hell we bring home half the time, you know.
My wife keeps me so scared that she's gonna lock me in the garage.
No lie, dude. It sucks, and I'm excited because it's been, like I said, it's been a year, and we finally get together today and be able to do this and bring you guys this content here, man. Like I said, Giddy Up here, man. He did some time, and he got out before the whole fiasco, before them towers came down back in 01.
It was a different world back then.
It's a whole different, yeah, absolutely. During that, it was peacetime during that time when he was in. When he joined up, it was more peacetime because Desert Storm was over, and we weren't doing anything else now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's little stuff going on, but there was nothing that sent us everywhere.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what
I mean, they were downsizing at that time.
And they always do. The military always does that. They're always, you know, after. Because even when I was in, they were starting to downsize a little. I know when I first got in, got stop loss. They said, nope, you can't get out. I had a lot of guys, damn, I was about to get out. Like, nope, you ain't getting out now. You staying in here and hanging out. And I was like, fuck, dude. And I said, that sucks for you guys. I'm still on contract, so it don't matter to me.
I remember even before I joined, like a bunch of people were talking about how they were literally looking for reasons to throw people out.
Right, yeah.
Like they were trying to get the numbers down low that if you were messing up, they were trying to get you out.
Trying to get you out for whatever.
That seems like a million years ago.
Forever, right?
They ain't trying to get you to go nowhere. No, like, just hold up and wait.
Hold on, man.
We got plans for you.
Yeah, we got something to do, you know, and so Giddy. He got out back in '01. He got out '01. I went in '01, so we were like crossing paths, you know. But he got out and he was like, "What do I do now?" Right? He said when he was in though, he said he went in because he was working landscaping and he didn't want to cut grass no more.
Dude, I think I joined it the same way a lot of people joined. You know, I was 16, about to be 17. Nowhere to stay, not very many options. You know, went and joined the Army, and all of a sudden there were still no options. I just had a really cool outfit there all the time.
And you were the old school camis before they went all digital, the old ass fatigues.
Saw a picture of myself in them like a few years back. I can't even remember where I saw the picture. It was me standing in front of a Bradley in Georgia. And I was like, oh my God, I look like came out of a fucking 80s movie.
Right? Old ass camis and stuff.
Old.
Right? Holy shit, probably thin as hell too, right? Thin, fucking.
Well, my shit didn't fit me, right? You know what I mean? I look like a little kid wearing it.
Right. But that's the crazy part. And then you said what the Army put a lawnmower back in your hands.
Oh
right?
my God. Yeah, they put me on detail mowing lawns around the base. I felt so betrayed.
You're like, I was
like, I'm not fucking rejoining. I'm not
realistic.
No,
I'm done with this.
No, you
I
got
left
me. I'm not
home, so I didn't have to cut no grass.
I did not. It was my. If you would have let me put anything into the contract, literally at that time, it would have been
no cutting grass.
I'll do anything else. I'll do whatever you want. Don't make me cut grass.
Right.
They're like, this guy seems like he's fit to cut some grass. Let's get him in there.
You got some grass, right? And so when you got out of the Army, what was that like for you? Like when you got out, how was that transition from going active duty? You came back home, right?
Yeah.
You came back to Oklahoma. So how was that for you? What was that like for you when you got out? Like how was it?
You know, it was different. Like, and that was one of the things, like my military service wasn't very long at all, but like I picked up enough from it that it made the rest of my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of bearing,
Right.
And understanding, you know, more of what the world expected of a man. I think a lot of times, like I joined up because at a young age, like I was like trying to figure out how to be a man, and that seemed like what a man does.
Well, that's what I try to tell people. I said for me, I joined the Marine Corps at 17. I said the Marine Corps, my mama and my daddy, dude. Like I was a baby when I joined. That became,
That's me.
you know,
It was the same deal. Like I had a parental waiver.
Right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I was the youngest guy there. Like everywhere I went. I think we're at that age. Like we're
so vulnerable. We're like, whatever you tell us, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're looking for so much that if you tell us this is it and put it in front of us, we go for it.
Right.
You know, I don't regret the choices I made. I don't like, damn, I wish I would have, you know, re-upped and stayed in. Like, you know, like I got what I was supposed to get out of there. And for, like I said, for a couple years after the towers came down and everything was going on, like that's what all I trained for. Like,
to fight
going out
war, right?
now,
Going
like
down
it's
range.
getting ready to start. There was a lot of like, you know, fear of missing out. But then, you know, at the same time, like when that's going on, I'm not even 21 yet. I can't even legally drink yet.
No, absolutely not. Except because when I first joined, right? Like I said, I turned 18 in school. I turned 18 in school, and when I was in school, they said, "Okay, we're about to graduate. Where do you want to go?" And in the Marine Corps, you got 3 places: California, North Carolina, or Okinawa. And so, and Summer was still in school. She was still in high school at the time. And I told my instructor, I said, "What do you recommend?" I just turned 18. What do you recommend? Where do you recommend to go? Since you've been doing this job for years, you're teaching it now. What do you recommend since you've been doing this, right? And he's like, go overseas. I said, why? He said, because if you're only doing 4 years in the Marine Corps, he said, what'll end up happening is that on your last year in, they'll send your ass overseas.
And you'll enjoy it.
I was like,
and then you'll want to stay.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, dude, okay. And Summer was still in school, so she couldn't go, you know what I'm saying? She was still a minor. And I told her, I said, hey, I'm going to Okinawa for my first year. She's like, why? I said, well, because my teacher told me that knowing me, they'll end up sending me to Okinawa my last year, and then you can't go with me anyways. So I might as well go now at the 18 and get it out of the way, and come back home, and then we get married, And I went over there. I tell you what, that was the fucking craziest time. They had just lifted the Cinderella clause, so there's no more Cinderella clause. So we were able to stay out as late as we wanted. I'm 18 years old. And you can drink anywhere you want out there in the fucking third world the country.
It just seems really reckless.
Right? Yeah. Right. They had because they had the Cinderella clause, and my crew that I was with, they're like, okay, no more Cinderella clause.
What time was it?
This was in freaking.
No, I mean, like, what time was for the Cinderella clause? Did you have to be
midnight?
Back on?
You had to be back. You had to be back home by midnight. You had to be back on base by midnight. But they lifted the Cinderella clause that year that we were there. They had just got rid of it. They had just got rid because they had it in place. And there's a crew. It's like 50 Marines or whatever coming on. New Marines coming. And they said, okay, we'll just get rid of Cinderella clause and let. I was like, you got rid of Cinderella clause? Okay, motherfucker, dude. We tore that country up, dude. Like,
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't start a whole new war.
no shit. By the time my year came up, they said, nope, Cinderella clause back in effect. You gotta fuck this shit up. I had a sergeant. He used to. One night they say he got so drunk he climbed the balconies outside of the apartments and broke into somebody's house to go take a piss. I said, why didn't you just piss in the street like everybody else does, And they're like, I don't know. He like 5 floors up and broke into somebody's apartment. And he went to jail and shit. I was like, damn.
Sounds like some Marine shit.
I was like, damn, man. But I mean, that's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I tell people. I was like, Marine Corps is my mama and my daddy. Like, hands down, that's who created. That's what it was, They raised me up because I was 17, I was a minor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it better, It's like whatever they told me. Like you said, it's right here. Here it is.
And that's the deal. What a lot of people don't understand when you're a minor and you're joining the armed services, like they will have your contract date be the day before you turn 18.
Right. Yeah.
That's when your first contract actually ends. Then you sign up for the whole new contract. They're real slick about that shit too.
I remember standing there when I realized, like, oh wait, I don't have to sign the next contract. Like, I don't have to do that. There's
right.
They know I don't have to do that because they've been acting like I have to do that.
Right. Right. No, it's crazy though. So when you got out, like you came back home and like now it's a whole different life, right? You done did your time in the Army and you came back home.
Yep.
And probably the same people you were hanging out with before are still doing the same shit you were doing when you got back.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I will credit, like my little stint was it kind of showed me how big the world can be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you interacted with all kinds of people.
Oh, dude, like I fucking
all walks of life. Dude.
I signed some documents. Like they sent me to get my GED. You know what
right,
I mean?
Right.
Like, then showed up one day with my mom. Next thing you know, I was at fucking MEPS and I was out there.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm gone. I don't think it even hit me until I was downrange.
Yeah, no, because for me, I went to Thunderbird. You know Thunderbird here?
Yeah.
I got my GED from Thunderbird.
Okay.
I did 6 months of that shit, and then they came and got me and took my ass.
Yeah. See, and this is great. My cousin Eli had taken the pre-ASVABs, right? Like the practice ASVAB, and scored real high. And the recruiters started showing up at their apartment, and like me and him lived together at the time. And I feel like they gave me one of the fucking pre-ASVAB tests and like a coloring book.
Yeah,
like,
that's where he's at.
Keep me entertained while they talk to my cousin.
Right.
Like, fucking, here, go fill this out, kid. Like,
Let's see where you're at. Let's see what you got on here.
And I did really good on the ASVAB, and after that, like,
yeah,
like they were not letting me go.
Yeah, no, they got you. They're like, we got him. We need this guy.
I can't remember exactly what I scored. I want to say I scored a 96. Whatever I scored, it was 3 points lower than Eli. And I think Eli either hit 98 or 99, which I was on the test where that's the highest number you get. And after that, dude, like the Navy showed up, the Air Force showed up, like wanting to take me out to lunch. I remember like the Navy pitched me, like you ever wanted to be on a nuclear submarine? I remember
Fuck
thinking, like,
no.
never once. Have I watched that.
No.
Like, that doesn't.
I knew a guy. That's what he did. His job was he worked on nuclear. So he said, "Don't ever fucking do it." The worst job in the fucking Navy, dude. Like he said, it was hands down the worst shit ever because he's like, you're on a sub.
Dude, I wanted the least amount of responsibility.
Right.
Like, and in my young age, I thought I want the least amount of responsibility for shit. Like, give me a combat MOS,
Right.
fucking let me go.
Right.
And I think I was about halfway through basic, and I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I've just boiled it away to where, like, now I'm responsible for everybody around me's life and their safety and well-being. And if I fuck up, like,
They're all
I
gonna
could
die.
get everybody killed, as opposed to if I fuck up, you got to buy a new part, or
Yeah.
you gotta fucking. I don't want to fucking.
Fuck, I should have been Motor T. I should have been Motor T, damn it.
I just didn't want any responsibility. I think that comes back from mowing lawns. And my stepdad yelling at me every time I broke a lawnmower or fucking something, like,
Right.
just don't put me around anything I can break.
Right. That's just put me on a desk, damn it. Just put me behind a desk. I just gonna be on a desk.
I don't know what jobs you have where I can shoot guns. And I'm not really asked to do anything.
So you picked the Army out of the Marine Corps and everything else.
My grandpa was in the Army.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 101st.
Oh, okay, airborne guy.
Yeah, he.
Yeah, airborne.
Well, my great grandpa, he was at D-Day.
Okay.
And he was.
So you got history of it.
I mean, not really, but like it was kind of one of those things. Like, I'm about to have to join the military. Like,
I got
anybody got any ideas? And you know what's funny? Every one of them to a T told me to join the Navy.
The Navy.
Every one of them told me to join the Navy. They're like, hey, I know we were in the Army. Like,
Join the Navy. Go be on a ship, dude. Go be on a ship.
The thing that probably gets me the most thinking back, like, this shit was 20 years ago, fucking 20 plus years ago.
It feels like forever now.
Yeah,
You're like,
it
fuck,
feels
it's
like
been that
another
long.
lifetime.
You're like, damn, it's been that long.
But like, the thing that makes me blush when looking about it, there's nothing that I did during my military career that, like, I look back on now and like, oh, you should be embarrassed with yourself. It was prior to joining the not listening to people that had walked down the road. I look back like, what was I thinking? Like, I knew better than them. Like, oh, you fucking idiot! You should have joined the Navy.
Right.
Like,
You should enjoy the day. You probably would have stayed in longer.
I probably would have stayed in longer. Probably would have fucking, like, had a, more goals. Because that's the other thing is, like, when I joined up in the Army, like, I thought it was going to fill some of the gaps for what I was looking for. And then at the time, it didn't give me any more direction or tell me what I wanted to do with myself or, and then after, being in here and everybody talking about what lies after your MOS, and I'm like, I picked an MOS nobody wants to fucking hire.
Right. Well, no, I mean, because you were what? Bang Bang?
Yeah.
11 Bang Bang?
Yeah, nobody wants nothing.
You guys know about 11 Bang Bangs. You guys know about the bullet catcher guys, right? And like he's saying though, because when he was 11 Bang Bang, there was no war at the time, right?
No.
Right? And so this is what I try to tell a guy. So my brother, he's a Navy doc. He was one of my docs. And his son wanted to join the Marine Corps. I said, what do you want to do in the Marine Corps? He said, I want to be a grunt. I said, no, the war's over, dude. Why you want to be a grunt? I said, you understand what that means? It means a lot of field days, a lot of mowing the grass, a lot of sweeping the parking lot. Like, you're not going to do anything. Like, there's no more war. You know what I'm saying?
My little brother, when he joined up, it was the same thing. My dad called him and was like, your little brother is trying to join the Army and be a truck driver. Like, talk to him. So I was like, hey, man. Take this opportunity to like do something,
right?
And then if you want to be a truck driver, go be a truck driver. Like,
but in the military, there's some people like for us, like me and you, we get thrown in a job and we do the job, right? That's just what we do, right? We don't ever.
I guess, like, I never got thrown
but
anywhere.
you know what I'm saying, though. But you never think like I know. I had just interviewed a guy, Corey. He owns a Gravier. He's a business strategist now. He analyzes business now. Like he went to college and got all these fucking degrees, all these. He's got math out the wazoo. He got every fucking thing in math you can imagine. And so he's like, what I do, I go into your business, and like if you're struggling, if your business is breaking down, you don't know why you're losing money. He's like, I go in and I analyze the whole fucking business, and then I'll present it to you. So this is where you're losing money. This is what you need to do to make it better, type stuff, you know. But he was an Army guy, but he had an opportunity. They were throwing him, hey, go look at this, go try this, go do this. They were giving him opportunities to further his career, right? Versus somebody like me, I'm an engineer. I ain't getting no fucking schooling. Go fucking fix the forklift. Go fix the generator. Go fucking do this. So I know how to fix diesel engines. I can fix you a diesel engine all day long, you know. But I never got an opportunity to actually go and fucking work on SharePoint or go and work on something to where I could use it as a civilian when I got out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was what I was coming to realize, like very early on, was like how, you know, like I even talked to one police officer and he was like, yeah, we don't hire.
They don't even hire. They don't even want to hire you because your mindset is so.
Well, nowadays, but like that's it. Like we're policing, you know, our country. Like the training you get to police, like another country.
Yeah,
And like,
that's like not even like even.
We have rights and shit.
Right? And I told my wife, I said, I could be a cop. She's like, you can't be a cop. You can't do it.
But that was the first time too that I made just like these aren't training for the same thing.
No, they're not. Yeah, right.
You know,
Right. Like you got rules of engagement.
This tool doesn't necessarily fit this, you know, and even more so like afterwards, and you know, and after 9/11 and everything that came out, and like, well, then a lot of our guys had seen combat, right, and they had been in, you know, they had actually, because for me, like I never did,
right,
you know what I mean, like I never went anywhere, I never had no fun, but
wasted my life.
You know, guys coming back, like
they're all fucked up,
like
dude.
yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah,
like the last thing they're gonna do is make you a cop,
right?
Like you've been
not making you a fucking cop. You think you do a
been
cop.
running around kicking doors over in the desert,
shooting
and
people,
shit,
just randomly shooting people.
Like fucking last thing we want you fucking pulling fucking Tina out of her car and stop light. You know what I mean? Like that's like but you know, early on, once I started realizing like this MOS doesn't provide nothing,
you're not gonna be able to do shit. Like you get out, you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do, right? Like,
yeah. So like for me, like that was, you know, I'm like glad that I didn't, you know, continue down that path because, like, you know,
it's like I can't do this for 20 years. Dude.
Well, no, like it puts it all into perspective for you. Like the guys that do, like, that's life, bro. Like, that's life. That's the whole fucking, like, that's it.
That's it, dude.
I couldn't, you know, my hat's off to him. Like I stepped up to the line and was like, no, thank you.
I'm done, right? I'm done. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's great. I mean, see, that's the biggest thing. That's why I like doing the show, though, is because we all get out of service, right? We all do our time, whether it's 4 years or 40 years or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever time you get, it's that you get out of the service. And it's like when you get out, it's like, what the fuck do I do now? Right, because a lot of people, like, if I would have retired, if I would have stayed in, I would have retired last year when I was 37. I would have retired at 37 years old after 20 years of service, right?
Oh yeah, dude, I'd have been if you'd
have stayed in,
yeah, dude, like
36, 37 years old,
I'm 39.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, like
you'd be like, I could have fucking retired, and you're just like,
I'd be 2 years into retirement.
2 years in retirement, right? But you look at it now, they're like, it's cool, right? Don't get me wrong. Don't knock it, right? You guys did your time. If you guys retired, you did your time. You're getting your paycheck.
No, that's the more like not knocking shit. Like I couldn't do that.
There's a lot of people can't, dude.
I couldn't keep my shit together.
Doing the shit, same shit every day, day in and day out.
And
so a lot of us, that's why we get out, because we're like, I don't want to do this shit no more, right? I don't want to fucking do this shit no more.
Anybody though that runs through fucking, you know, and does what they signed up for and like can stomach that, dude, like. Stuff, but then to turn around and go, you want to do it again?
Right.
Motherfucker signs up and does it again. Like that's why we're the best country on the planet. Yeah, we got people like that.
We got people that will sign up and do it again.
Sign up and do it again, and so love it and fucking live it. And
yeah, but that's one of the biggest struggles that we do have is like we get out and we're like, what the fuck do I do now, dude? Like, what is it that I can do now with my experience that I've obtained while serving the military, right? A lot of people didn't get the opportunity to go learn certain shit or we're stupid as fuck. We don't like school.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? We don't like
no,
going to
dude, like, where
school.
it translated for me is once I became the drug dealer, fucking weed, all that, you know what I mean?
He ain't drug dealer. He's a healer. He's a drug healer.
Drug healer. I'm using their labels, not
right,
mine.
right.
A lot of the guys that I worked with when I was up in Colorado were guys that had been working with the VA for a long time. So, like, a lot of the patients that I was caregiving for were guys that had TBI and PTSD. And after doing that, like, just working with those guys, it made me real thankful for the direction that I chose in life. Because like, none of these guys asked for what they had. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's one of the things, like you say, like, I didn't get to go do none of that shit. But I mean,
I didn't get to
at the time, it's like,
in the same breath, I didn't have to go do none of that shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
But even not only that, it's like almost like a blessing.
that's what I'm saying. Like, in
Yeah.
the same breath, like,
Yeah,
I didn't have to go do
that shit, right?
all this traumatic shit.
Because a lot of those guys come back and they're fucked up, dude.
Well, just like,
and it's like, it sucks.
totally getting rattled and God bless, like our wounded veterans. Like, not everybody's scars show. You know what I mean?
Right. It's all mental, you know what I'm saying?
But just for me, like, seeing, like, at the beginning, like, like I said, I got out, I kind of had a little understanding of where these guys were coming from. And then, boom, start to see our troops coming back that were fucked up and, like, you looking for a way to fix themselves through cannabis.
Right.
Like,
and cannabis is just a lifesaver in itself, dude, of what the medicinal benefits that it provides.
Early on, like, that was who we saw a big push from in the area of Colorado I was from, was the vet community.
Right.
So, like, I got to talk to a bunch of guys and just, like, while helping them and hearing their stories, that's what I mean. Like, it came back to put a lot more real picture to it. Of
right.
Like,
Yeah.
Everybody's all fucking turbo. Like,
right.
Until, like,
no shit. Yeah.
Shit's fucking turbo, and you don't want to be there anymore.
You don't want to do it, and you want to be there no more. And that's one of the biggest things. And this is why I do the shows, because I'm a huge advocate. I'm huge. You guys understand. You guys that have been listening into the show for over a year now, is that why I advocate for cannabis. Like, why is RNG always about cannabis, or natural remedies and stuff like that? And I was like, because it's like I said, I just had Abdullah on the show, right? And he was like, it's life's medicine, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I said, no, hands down. Like, honestly, it really is like life's medicine. Like, seriously. I mean, can you overindulge? And you guys hear me talk about it. Yeah, you can overindulge. You can get so fucking stoned and just be like, fuck, dude, just get so stoned, just pass out, right?
Totally.
Just like alcohol. The difference is, though, when you wake up, you ain't gonna be hungover.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a bunch of Cheeto dust around your face.
You'd be like, what the fuck? Where the hell I get all these crumbs on me, And so for you are the founder of EMOTEK Labs. Like, you create. How'd you get into it? Like, how did you get into? Because
I saw a problem where nobody else saw a problem yet, right? Like, I remember thinking, like, they're not gonna let us make hash this way. Like, everybody was open blasted, using different weird shit. So I just started working on an answer to a problem that they didn't know was a problem yet. And then, once, like, I got caught by the fire department with my first prototype machine and shit, like, that threw me into working with the state and, like, basically the fire department in Colorado Springs took me to the medical marijuana enforcement division and was like, yo, check out what this guy's doing, because this is the safest way we've seen anybody doing it. And he's a great resource to, like.
But what is it like? So if you guys don't know, Giddy Up is the creator, the founder of Live Resin.
Yeah, I'm the co-creator of
Live Resin, and he makes the machines that actually give you live resin. Like, how do you get it? Like, if you look at these machines, these ain't no fucking bullshit ass little machines. These are like scientific fucking in a lab type shit. Like,
that's where they sit, but there's not as much going on to them, like, as you think at a glance. Like, there's lots of valves, lots of shiny chrome, lots of gauges and shit like that. When you boil it down, though, they're doing a really simple process.
Right.
And
But how'd you get into it? How did you? Because you say you just saw a problem. You're like,
I don't
fuck
know,
it,
man.
I'm
The
gonna do
walls
it.
and shit are all melting for me really hard right now. So it's kind of hard
We're going crazy.
baby.
We got the babies in there. They crying and crazy stuff, man. But so yeah, that's what I was saying. Though, like,
Sorry, bro. I'm burning up.
oh, you good? You hot?
Yeah, all the heaters on.
You got the heaters on. It's hot out here, guys. We warming it up now. But I mean, for what you doing? I mean, being the founder and the creator of EMOTEK Labs, right?
Just the right place at the right time, bro. Like,
You
you know,
know?
like I said, even the whole, fucking army washout, fucking
Yeah.
like searching for a fucking, searching for a path. All that led me to EMOTEK, which was what do I love the most? What's been following me all the way through this is like my love for the plant. So just being fully and, decided to go, that was when we moved.
Right.
And once we moved, and like, I remember this guy came up to sell BHO to another friend, and it was like $50 a gram wholesale. And the guy ended up selling him like agave sugar in a fucking deal, And that's when I was like, it's like, dude, there's a big gap for me to do this. And I'd already kind of like knew how to do it, and like had followed like online and shit, like back in the days. There wasn't a lot of people doing it. Like, it was still really rare, but
Right.
you knew people out there blasting tubes and shit. And I was like, damn, I should probably fucking start doing this. But that's one of the reasons everybody thought I was really great about it too, is like, just because I didn't lie or steal from people. Like, nobody knew how the process was. So like, if you gave me all your weed, I made it into oil, I gave you all the oil. Everybody thought I was really good at it because all the people they had been doing it with had been stealing from off the top.
Steal them, right? Yeah,
it's
taking
easier
taking their piece or whatever,
Yeah, it's easier to believe, that I've got some kind of.
And then they
hidden
don't know,
talent.
right? And they don't know because they're giving it to them. They don't know the process. They don't know what the fuck's
First
going on.
few years of all this, like commercialized fucking processing, like extractors were the worst, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the worst. They're just because nobody knew what was coming out of the plant, like, unless you were doing it. So
Yeah, and a lot.
guy come up and drop off 300 pounds, for you to run, and people will be like, oh, we could take 3 or 4 pounds off the top of this, and nobody would ever know. Like, most people did that every single
No
time.
shit, right? Yeah, yeah.
Like, I specifically said, like, to my partner, I was like, bro, how many people we had to do extracts for us? He's like, 10. I'm like, how many have ripped us off? He's like, 10. I'm like, you know how far ahead of the game you are if you like just don't rip people off?
Right, right. Because they're gonna get the good word out there of what you're doing, and they're gonna send more people to you. Like, these guys doing it, this guy's doing it, this guy's doing it, right?
Yeah.
And so being in that portion of the game, I mean, that sets you up outside of where everybody else is at, right? Now you created the live resin, right? Live resin is what you created. What was it that you said, I'm gonna do this?
I don't know, man.
Like,
like,
what was it like?
Was like, well, hey, that was a much easier process when me and Bill, like, the end was like, we want weed that smells like our grow room, not that smells like the jar at the dispensary. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, how do we do that? And then we just walked back the steps. Like, it was pretty easy. But, like, at the time, there's just nobody else doing it.
Nobody's doing it, right?
Yeah, there's just
He's
nobody
like,
doing
let's
it.
just do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. I got the machine. Let's
Well, and that
just
was
do
it. It was
you
like
know?
the things that we could do, like, before the machine. It wasn't, it didn't make sense to make live resin because you wanted the material to be as dry as possible,
Right,
so
right,
that
right,
way you
right.
could fit it into a tube.
Right.
But if you have a big machine, like, and you can control all the parameters, it's easy to do.
That's some smart shit though. Like, to understand.
There's a lot more to it. If I
of course,
if I wasn't tripping balls right now, I'd be able to probably walk.
Absolutely. But I mean, that's the thing. It's just like when you think about it, and you're like, I made this fucking machine that everybody wants because it can give you what you need. Like, it can get you the oil extraction that you want.
Well,
whether it's live resin,
it's about
or
safety and production,
You
like,
know?
and knowing that, like, they're never gonna let stoners like blast off cans of butane and some just because you throw a
Right.
fucking lab coat and some safety glasses on doesn't make this.
And I'm sure
manufacturing.
I'm sure you have seen a lot of crazy shit out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
In labs and across the country, like I mean,
Yeah, dude, like I've seen nightmare situations like where like you don't want to be in here. Like it's a death trap. Like I don't know who set your lab up. It's
you're gonna
the
die.
worst Breaking Bad shit you've ever seen. Yeah, I've seen it all. Like
Oh,
for a while there in Colorado Springs, I worked with the fire department. So like when they'd have a explosion or something, there'd be something there.
oh
Like,
no shit! They call you up to come look
walk
at.
me through on the phone and like like what does this look like happened, like can you tell us anything, like walk them through, like yeah, go find this, what position is the valve in on that, oh there, yeah, no, they were, yeah, fucking like
That's what it was right there.
you can kind of walk through, and
That's crazy, dude.
it's pretty cool.
That's crazy. I mean, but for that, I mean, to be able to get out of the army, get your ass to Colorado, and set yourself up with this whole EMOTEK, right? You said, I'm gonna fucking make these machines. I'm gonna create live resin. I'm gonna have me and my partner gonna create live resin because nobody else can fucking do it. And now, like, what is it now?
I don't know now.
What is it now? Like, what are you doing now? Like, I mean, what? Because you established yourself. You got what? You on High Times. You on fucking everything, right? Everybody knows Giddy Up. Everybody knows Giddy Up everywhere. He's got cups. He's got fucking High Time reels. He's got everything.
In the weed world, like yeah, like
You
I've
know?
done all those things
Yeah.
that, like you try to do now, dude. Like I just like there's so many outside people that have ran into the industry, so many Chads and Brads and fucking so much big money. It really kind of killed the passion for it, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
Like I don't know if the passion's still there to like try to innovate,
Right.
to like try and bring something new. Like I've got no desire
No.
to do that. Like more lately in the past few years is about getting back to the root,
Right.
of it, and like trying to find that passion again. And I love building labs. Like I'm doing that with the consulting company, and like I've always kind of done that to like help people build their stuff,
Right.
become part of their team, and like lead the way of how you're gonna fucking set up operations and your equipment list and all that
Right.
jazz.
Right.
But with us growing the weed and, hanging out with the boy, like it's just trying to find that spark again
Right.
myself. Like, and it's came in of like remembering, like I have a few patients and stuff that I still mess with out here that like, nah man, I need your oil. Like it's
Like
for
you
my
said.
mom. Like,
Yeah.
like it's the oil she's been taking. She doesn't want anything else. I'm like, I still do make a difference.
Yeah, and
Right?
and that's
Like,
the biggest thing
where
is
it
that that's your purpose still. That's people are coming to you because they're like, dude, I can't, I don't want to get any other oil. I don't want you make the best oil on the market. I don't want to try somebody else's shit because
Or
it's not-
like some people's like they've been using it and it works, or like and they just don't want to mix anything up or try anything else. Like I get that. Like,
right,
for me, it's nice to know I still have that effect. Like all the cup shit, chasing shit, being on
Right.
TV shit, bro. That's all so fleeting and like so shallow when you walk through
Right.
it. You know what I mean? Like in the end, like what do I remember most about the whole fucking career is like I got to help some really fucking
right,
really cool people that really needed help.
They really
and, like,
needed it,
and
right.
I was the person that helped.
yeah,
Like
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD and products made locally. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
right,
pulled them out, like fucking treated their ailment, like it worked. All the shit talking we've talked about weed, all the stuff we said it could do, like proof in the pudding.
right. And that's the biggest thing. And that's what I try to do with my show is try to help break that stigma. You know what I'm saying? The government puts such a bad stigma on cannabis, and people are like, well, it's not natural healing. So it's like bullshit. The hell it isn't.
More natural than that.
I mean, you see it, and you being in the industry and doing it and having patients that you're treating and helping. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it help
Yeah.
your patients,
Oh, bro, like
right?
I could tell you, like Tony Vazura fucking was there one night. He owns was it Blue River Terps or something like that? Big company. Fucking Tony will bear witness. Like, we had a guy get out of a fucking, tell us about how live resin, like, treated his fucking paralysis from stroke.
Oh, shit.
Like 12 years in a wheelchair, bro. Like,
No shit.
yeah, started smoking live resin, could start moving shit again. Like, the guy telling me this story, like, had been smoking the product out of the lab, and I didn't know him. His name was Wade. Like, while he's sitting there telling me that, I noticed there's, like, no wheelchair around, you know. And he was like, I was paralyzed, you know,
No shit.
from the chest down.
Yeah.
Like, and
it's your product.
it was our live resin.
Live resin.
Our live resin. Like, that's what he went from smoking weed to live resin. And the whole time, I'm like, are y'all fucking, like, is this some kind of prank, you
Right,
know?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and like, he sits there and tells me about, you know, being able to move his finger and then being able to move his arm after a while, and then, you know, now he smokes it every day, and you don't need the wheelchair. He gets around on the
That's fucking
walker.
crazy, dude.
This fucking man Wade, like, while telling me this story, and like everybody's all crowded around at this. We're at a bowling alley. It was a patient appreciation party for River Rock. Like, everybody's all crowded around. And, like, Wade finishes telling the story, and he, like, goes and grabs a bowling ball, man, goes there and rolls a strike. And I'm
Get
like,
the
from
fuck outta
paralyzed
here,
to
from
fucking
paralyzed to bowling.
strikes.
Oh man, and that's the biggest thing. This is you guys that are listening to the show. I mean, this is just a great opportunity to see that, dude. It's just not weed just to get high. It's actually medicine. It's life's medicine, dude. That helps. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest goal. And that's why I tell you guys have to advocate. You know,
people that see that, like, and just think about it, like, it's all about perspective, right? A lot of people that come looking for weed as a healing element have been told, like, by Western medicine, that, like, there's nothing left.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, they're like, try weed, I guess, you know, is like kind of a lot of the doctor's approach for people that were dying.
Right.
Like, it becomes like, it may just be getting high to a lot of people, but like when it changes and becomes
medicine to fucking heal.
The only thing that keeps you, like, active.
Keeps you going, keep you doing what you do.
Yeah, like, when it's the only thing.
Living a normal life, you know what I'm saying?
Like, from weed, sometimes the difference from people being able to literally open up a door and walk through it,
right,
and not being able to do that.
Right. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And that's the biggest thing. That's why I advocate. Because I got to tell you guys, that's my biggest fight right now is federal legalization for the country and to be federally legal. And hopefully this year, there's been a big talk about it this year happening. But like I tell everybody that's listening, if you in a state and you don't have it medicinally or recreationally, you're failing yourselves, dude. Like straight up. I mean, people thought Oklahoma would never.
We thought we'd be the last state. I used to tell that to everybody. Like, everybody'd say, what's it like being in Colorado? What's it like being here or there? You know, and it's like, and they'd always say afterwards, like, nah, my state's going to be one of the last ones. I'd always tell everybody, like, if everybody that ever told me that, you know, like, oh, our state will be the last. If you went and voted in the next election,
right,
you wouldn't be the last. You'd be the next one.
You'd be the next one.
You'd be the next one.
You'd be the next one. And that's the biggest thing that you guys don't. You guys, and I guarantee you, in your state alone, you're not the only person that wants it. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, get active.
I can guarantee it. Because isn't that one of the things you did was you advocated and you were like,
yeah,
you got it. Like Giddy's done a lot of shit in the cannabis industry. Like,
well, it's like, dude, like we were activists. Like, we showed up. We, you know, like we went to town hall meetings. You know, we went to our city meetings. We went to, you know, everywhere. Met other activists. Like, met up with lawyers and fucking people that started writing and proposing legislation. You know, like, just kind of flowed. It was a magical time. It really was. It was like the breaking point, you know, of a country. Like when Colorado and Washington, you know, went legit. Like, the rest of the country is like 30 something now.
34 states.
34 states.
34 out of 50 states, it's legal. You either have it as adult use or
like
medicinal use.
The wave has come. The rest of them will go. And that's at this point, like, if it's not about whether they believe medical marijuana helps or it doesn't help. Now they're assessing, like every other state, it's like, how are we going to legalize it to, like, benefit the most off of it?
Right. How are we going to get paid off of it? Is what they're looking at.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing with Congress. How can we get paid off of it? Right. So they just opened up. I just read an article I just read an article yesterday. They just opened it up for research. The DEA just opened it up because the monopoly was all in Mississippi. Mississippi was the only university that could do research.
Well, and I'll let you in a little secret too. The guy that ran the program down there wasn't very favorable of pot.
No, and they said it was a subpar cannabis that he was
It was
growing.
horrible. Like,
Yeah.
no, like that guy. I can't remember his name. Like, I had some friends that went through the tour down there, and
Yeah.
I got to speak with him and stuff like that. And all of them came back pretty much saying the same thing. They were like, this dude like didn't want anything to
Yeah.
go forward with cannabis. Like that's why he's
Right.
That's why he's there. He was put there to stifle.
To stop it.
To stop it. Like,
right. And now they said the DEA has just opened up and allowed more companies to do research on cannabis. But that's what I was trying to tell people. I said you got to watch. You got to see
I've been saying
the
this.
media,
It's like, well,
right.
the narrative will change once their people are in place,
right.
and their people are like buying parts of the cannabis industry now. It's the
No,
consolidation.
like Pfizer. Pfizer just dropped $6.7 billion on this cannabis company.
yeah, dude. Fucking
Pfizer, the guys that are giving you
Scott's
your
was
COVID.
it? Scott's just bought Lux Lighting and
Yeah.
like another couple other 225 million. Yeah,
Like it's all over. Like
It's-
everything is playing into it, and everything's starting
the
to play.
beast is big, my friend.
It is, and a lot of you guys don't understand that. But I said it's all political, dude.
It is.
In regards to legalization of cannabis, it is completely government. It's
Those
all
people
politics.
don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't care. It's all like they don't like it to move unless they can
control it.
they can control it or and, like capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
But like legal, illegal, people that are making the rules, they give two fucks about weed.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care, man. But it's just insane. Like, I mean, and that's what I try to tell everybody, though. I said, you guys believe what you want to believe, and you guys that are listening to the show, you guys you guys don't understand the difference you can make in a community with just one person.
May just be the acid tongue, or it may be the shrooms talking, but you'd be surprised. Yeah, like
I mean, like for you, when you started when you became an activist and stuff like that, what was it like? How was the movement for you? Like, was it just you? Like, I want this shit to happen, or you're like,
No,
I got a
like,
couple
it
of
was a-
people.
it
He was
was
talking
a-
to a couple of people.
no, it was always the same group of people too. They
Right.
were like staying, we were just all informed through the same shit, like all running the same circles of, at the time, just underground fucking, weed parties and grower parties and shit,
Right,
like
right.
high times. But like, we would back candidates and say they were pro pot, but like, it didn't. That's
Right.
all it really took to get
Yeah.
our support.
Right.
But doing that, you end up meeting people that do reach out and like getting with normal, was like a big part of it.
Yeah.
And from there, it's a long ways from there to being asked to help write legislation.
That's
and
just
shit
crazy.
that.
Like you've done it all. Like Giddy's been in all of it, dude. He's done everything. Writing legislation. Because weren't you doing some stuff out? Was it Jamaica?
Yeah.
In Jamaica, how's that going with that?
Like I fucking rewrote the laws that decriminalized like marijuana.
Go to fucking DC and do it, Giddy. Go to DC and do it.
People are out there. You like the Jamaica story? The Jamaica story's wild.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so the Jamaica story's
'Cause
wild.
I remember when you were out there doing it. You were out there You were out there a lot. You were out there a lot.
Dude, I had like fucking
Like, you
I
were
got a
living out
fucking
there.
taxable revenue number. Like I was halfway. I wasn't living out there, but like I was
You were out
halfway
there.
to citizenship.
Right, you were
Like,
out there a lot. I remember when you was out there. I was like, golly, dude, you stayed out there.
No, like it was like I didn't know, fucking like the time that we rode it was like a 9-day trip. But yeah, dude, like we're doing all these meetings. And
But you're not even a citizen of Jamaica. How does that happen? Like,
I'll tell you exactly how it happened, right? So like we were having all these meetings. We had met with the forgive me, like I said, I'm like,
no, I'm good. You good, brother.
I'm
You
on
good.
a lot of shrooms right now.
You
Like,
good?
I didn't
He's on
understand-
medicine. He's got a lot of medicine in his
I
system.
didn't understand the format. No, I'm fucking,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm blasted. I don't know how much of it. You have to do some editing.
It'll be all right. This is raw. This is how we do it. This is how the Stone Vet does it. This is how the Stone Vet does it. The guys that listen to the show, like I said, I got a great audience, dude. I got a great audience. They come in and listen to the show, and they love this stuff, dude.
No, dude. So like Jamaica had requested a bunch of experts, and like they were fielding all this data, right? It was.
How does Giddy Up get his name thrown in the pot? Like,
because like if you're gonna be talking about extraction and shit, you'll be hard pressed to find somebody with more experience
than you, right?
Yeah.
You're like the number one guy in the country.
I'm not necessarily like I'm the number one guy in the country, but like as far as like
knowing about it, ins and outs,
and working with people, like I have the longest history because I started where it changed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right,
I was there. Like when the universe was born.
Yeah.
Like the
There's Giddy. That ugly ass face. There's Giddy.
Like 5 other people standing there because like we all watched it being like, oh, like we can
That's
say
great.
we can say
great.
we're one of the most experienced in the universe because like we watch, you know, like, and that's really the way it was for us. Was like once you were allowed by a city, state, municipality to.
Well, I mean, the fire department of Colorado
Yeah, when
Springs
you
are
were
calling
getting, like,
you.
when you're
You say,
getting,
hey, there's an explosion here with an extraction.
well, like,
gotta-
when you get to where you can, you know, you get their approval, instantly other places want to know what the process is, right? And that's where, I think that's why it happened, because like I worked really closely with the Denver Fire Department, and I worked really close with the Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division at that time. And there were so many people from across the country calling, hey, what's, you know, like we're about to have weed on the ballot here. Like, what does that mean for my job?
Right.
Like as a fire chief, what does
Right,
that mean?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like as a regulator, you know,
Right,
or
right.
as, you know, anybody else who may be affected by it in their day-to-day job. They all called Colorado. And if it was matters of extraction and you were calling people in like Denver and you were calling medical marijuana enforcement, like somewhere during the conversation,
Call Giddy.
yeah, somewhere during that conversation, they're like, there's this guy named Giddy, right? He makes these machines and he uses them to actually do weed. Like, he knows about.
No, he knows the ins and outs, dude. This is the guy you want to talk to about.
Yeah, so then they would, you know, they would get my number because, well, like they're coming from the side where all the information is like, none of them fucking know anything about
know
doing
anything about it,
weed or
right.
doing extraction. Like, they don't fuck with that shit. They're fucking fire chiefs. They're
They
like,
don't fucking know.
they don't know. So like, get my number because, you know, like, yeah, this is how we use it. This is what we do. And like, when you can explain it to them, like, it starts a relationship where a lot of people will call you, like, still to this day, like I have politicians in this state, you know what I mean?
shit.
Yeah, like people in the House of Representatives, people in the Senate that call me up at fucking midnight to ask
This is
me
why
a
I
weed
got Giddy
question.
Up. See, this is a wonderful opportunity that Stone. But I gotta tell you guys, I always, because what I do is I reach out to Senate and let them know, hey, look, here's the green paper created by the Veteran Action Council. It's like a 62-page document. And you're just talking about the medicinal benefits, right?
Yeah.
And I tell them, I was like, when it comes time to vote, I don't give a fuck what bill comes up, because there's 2 bills up there now. There's a left-wing bill and a right-wing bill. I don't give a fuck. Just vote yes. You know what I'm saying? I don't care which one gets legal.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's like you sit.
with that. Like, we're actually sitting right now, like in the and you know, like when we let activists write bills, and that's another thing. Like, when we let activists write legislation, I've seen how it goes wrong from the good side. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Where we've been given too much,
Right.
and there is not enough, you know, oversight on, like, because libertarian, like true libertarian, like fucking no rules, like pretty chaotic.
Right.
Itself,
Yeah. No.
like,
Absolutely.
the
Right.
further you get, you
Right.
know, so,
Right.
Like when we wrote 788, when they wrote 788 here, like it wasn't thought out.
No, it wasn't. It
So,
wasn't. And now they're going through and they're trying to freaking.
But
make
yeah,
it
but now,
bad, yeah.
well, now like everybody that's involved is like, hey, make this fucking right. But like
Right.
their hands are tied, bro. Like it's a law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even like, what can you do? It's
Right.
already a law.
It's already a
You
law.
can't go back and put the genie back in the fucking bottle.
No,
like
no.
when we passed 788, dude, you realize that until November of last year, until November of last year, like OMA couldn't even tell you to stop.
Right. No, but yeah.
They couldn't even send you a cease and desist, like, and tell you to close your dispensary down.
No.
Until the emergency passage of the fucking rules, the last one that like gave them the ability to, you know, have some teeth.
That's fucking...
It's like when you go from, so when you start the other way and you make it something that where the government doesn't have, you know, a handle on it all, and then you've got something like we're sitting in now where the whole world is like, oh, look at the opportunity here because of the lax law. Let's just go there and fucking.
Well, and my thing is like just like any other thing that cuts passed through Congress, they pass it and they're like, fuck, we fucked this up, we approved it, and now we got to go back and fucking rewrite the shit, or we got to go and try to fix it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was like, for real, I was like, just legalize weed, dude. Just legalize it, and you guys because like the Democrats. They want to tax the fuck out of it.
Federally, yeah. Like,
you know
at this point, you just got to legalize it and see where it fucking
goes,
out.
right? Like, what, you know?
But, you know, like, we kind of did that here.
Right.
With medical. It wasn't like legalize it, but it was like, all right, dispensaries and everybody can grow
fucking everywhere,
shit,
right?
And everybody has a fair shot at doing it, right?
Right.
$2,500.
You can do it, yeah.
Come throw your hat in the ring, bro, and fucking go at it.
Right.
Now we're talking about that on like a national scale.
No, yeah,
like,
Oklahoma's making national news about how the medical program is ran here and stuff like that. You
or
know?
not ran.
Right.
Or, you know, like fucking whatever. Like, it's the volume, the sheer volume of people that come here with the, you know, idea that like we'll just grow the weed here and then we'll sell the weed everywhere else.
Right, right.
The volume that like there's no state agency that we have that can like even come close
or nothing
to like
track it.
Dude, there's tens of thousands of fucking people doing it every day.
Every day.
What are they gonna do?
Right.
They can't catch all like we created it. Like that wasn't a thing 8 years ago.
Right.
Right? Like,
right. No, yeah, no. 8 years ago,
10,000 people trying to grow fucking weed.
No, yeah. In Oklahoma right now, we have 9,000 legal grows.
What's like 9,900
yeah.
something, ain't it?
Yeah, some insane number. I was like, how do you have that many fucking grows?
For 300,000 patients.
For 300,000. Yeah, I was like, you got 9,000 plus grows, 2,500 dispensaries. And I'm like, how the fuck do you have so many legal grows in the state?
Dude, like it's just, I'm not even, I hate
it's like you said, $2,500, you can do whatever the fuck
you can do whatever the fuck you want. At least now, right? Like now you, well, what, like, you know, even early on back in the day when we didn't know if like, you know, we don't know if this medical shit's going to actually work, right?
Right.
Like when it comes to the federal government, they don't give a fuck. But, like, the state cops not fucking with you in the state, like, and it's all like, well, it's legal, you know, for the state, so as long as they're on our side. Like,
Right.
But even back then, everybody kind of felt like this is all pretend because as soon as the federal government decides they don't want it, like we're all fucked.
Yes.
But you know, even back then, when the industry was starting up and everybody's like trying to follow the rules, you know, like there was a level of like we're following the rules and we're going to try and follow the rules so they'll keep letting us play the game, right?
Right.
But in Oklahoma, that fucking they're like, here's the game with no rules. I'm like, what do you people expect? Like, we got motherfuckers coming from all over the world.
All over the world, yes.
It's just like, oh, I got to grow in Oklahoma. Fucking.
Yeah.
Just a license. Oh, it's all legit.
It's all legit.
Like, just come in and check it out, bro. It's all legit. Like, that, on top of it, for like the longest time, there had never been anybody looking. Like, and I say this laughingly because I'm one of the fucking idiots that followed the rules. Right?
Right? You went through
I do all this shit. I talk shit on podcasts.
Yeah.
I fucking talk to senators and fucking like. So I'm like, they're definitely gonna come try and fuck with me, right?
Right?
Like,
Because of who you are, right?
Yeah, like they're gonna come see if I'm legit. Like,
Right.
They're not gonna let me do all this shit and then be not legit. So like we've always played by the rules as they've been given to us, but like, and now I sit
But
here
you
and
know a lot of people. You're just like these fucks.
I know everybody,
right? Yeah.
Like and like,
You're like, how the fuck?
Well, no, like dude, believe me, and that's what I tell her. Like, even when the state, like, I know, like, dude, it's not my job
Right.
to do y'all's job.
Right.
Like,
Right.
fucking,
Right.
don't expect me to come calling and telling on my neighbor.
Right. No,
Hey,
absolutely,
I mean?
absolutely.
Like,
Remember, you see it. I mean,
but what I look at is, I'm like a lot of other people. I'm like, how are you not fucking like?
yeah.
How are they not beating on your fucking door? Like, I'm glad nothing is happening to you. I'm glad you're not. Like, as a friend, I'm glad nobody's fucking with you trying to run your business. But me watching you run your business the way you do and knowing that it just like
You just doing whatever the fuck you want.
and nobody even says anything has me like, this is why the system's broke. Like,
right? Yeah, because everybody does what they want, man.
well, I mean, like, you dude, when you got cats that are fucking literally like, yeah, we're gonna come into town with a bunch of fucking weed from fucking California.
Whatever, yeah.
Throw a big fucking party and like sell the weed at the party and then leave. And like
shit.
and they do that shit for 4 or 5 years to where it's scheduled. Like, that's one of the things, like, one of the homies did that, like, in Vegas. Like, he would fly out to Vegas, they'd have this big fucking party, and like, if you were an underground cannabis provider, you could go to that and like meet plugs.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So like, when he threw his first one, like, me and a couple of friends that were like, we didn't go, we didn't fuck with it, we're like, hey, fuck that. But all of us were like, they're gonna fucking, when they catch him doing that shit, he's getting fucking hammered.
Right.
He did it for 5 years. You know what I mean? Like,
You're like, this motherfucker ain't never gonna get caught.
He made business cards and shit, bro. Like, he did, like, nobody was like, it's like, seriously? Like,
what the fuck?
Like, 5 years, you just like, fuck it, we're over here breaking the law, y'all, come on.
Come on.
And nobody even showed up. Nobody even ever asked a question. I'm not saying I wished it on it.
Right.
Like,
you're just like, how the fuck are you getting away with this?
Yeah.
And nothing's even happening. Like, how do you...
Oh, bro, I can't fucking, like, homie's logo was like, this is a federal logo, too. So, like,
shit.
you're like asking for it. When
Right,
you're like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember. It was the post office. Like, he made all of his shit up like the post office because he was melon weight. And it's like, bro, how the fuck?
How are you not getting caught? You motherfucker.
Like, yeah. Like, how did you get away? Like, what the sad
5
part is, like, the answer is like, because nobody ever looked.
Nobody looked. Nobody ever did the law. Nobody did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, nobody, like, somewhere down the line, it's like nobody fucking.
Nobody cared. They just
gave a fuck fucking look at it. It makes you think, like, damn, I should have just been fucking going ham all these years.
You're like, damn, these motherfuckers making all this money. And nobody knocking on their door. Ain't nobody knocking on their fucking door.
They're like, bro, like, I've had, I know some reporters here. And whenever they go do one of these like raids and shit, the fucking OMA and shit's always dropping dime to the reporters. Right? Like, hey, we're fucking do a raid. Come, watch us fucking raid this place.
Right.
Bro, they're showing up full on hoop houses, fucking acreages of them.
Oh, shit.
Nobody there. Labs, fully fucking done out labs, class 1, division 1 rooms, fucking all the fucking equipment, everything you need. Nobody there. Like, they just fucking yanked all their people out and disappeared.
Just gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of them here. Is that a lot of the grows and shit are from fucking...
That's because the market's tanked here. That's what I'm saying. Like, they literally, like, it's fucking not even worth doing it anymore. Oh, what's that? OMA's looking now? Like, OMA's, because now OMA's paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we've been audited. Like, when we see other people getting audited, they, like, call and ask us for, fucking,
right,
paperwork, hey, like, to verify shit. So, like, they're looking now that they're even, now just that they're looking has caused people to abandon multi-million-dollar illegal operations.
That is crazy, dude. That's freaking crazy. Well, shit, we're getting close to the end of the show. We here, man. Like I tell you guys, it's a great episode, dude. I appreciate you coming hanging out with me, man. This is Giddy Up. If you guys don't know who Giddy Up is, like he said it was all part of the past. It's high times and
just
all
the
the
weed
other
guy,
shit.
man.
He's a weed guy. He loves weed and he loves what weed can do and how it helps people on a regular basis, dude. And we're hanging out. Like I said, we're here hanging out, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Just listen to the story. Like I said, this is what it's about. Like, we lose when we get out of service. We lose that camaraderie. We feel like we're by ourselves. Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody there to listen to us. And this is what I do the show for. It's just to hang out and just bullshit, dude. This is what we do.
Dude, I've never been as close to anybody as close I was to guys in the service.
Right? No,
like,
absolutely. It's insane. You can't get that back.
You can't
dude.
get that back.
You can't get it back,
replicate it.
yeah.
I've never, like, even in doing lots of other stuff that brings people close together.
It's not the same,
like
dude.
that.
No, absolutely. And that's why I do the show. That's why I do the show so people feel it, right?
Yeah, I can see how people that doing it for years and years and years, like, that'd leave a big hole.
A big ass hole. These a hole you get out, you're like, fuck, dude, this sucks, man. But this is why we're here. This is why I do the show. I'm gonna hang out with Giddy, tripping balls now off some fucking shrooms. Yeah. We're having a good time here, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know I took an hour out of your day. But you got to hang out with my brother, man. You got to meet Giddy Up. You're like, who the fuck's Giddy Up, man?
Who the fuck's Giddy
Who's
Up?
Giddy Up? Now I know who Giddy Up is, man. Like I said, go check him out, dude. Go check out EMOTEK Labs, dude. You want to get into processing or doing something? He'll freaking hook you up, dude. He'll get you.
Yeah, I'm not always like this. I'm not always like
He's a professional. He's a professional. Shh. He's a professional.
It's really cold outside, and I have it's January's very unproductive time of year for the cannabis industry. Like, crops down, it's cold outside.
Right. But I gotta tell you guys, man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to the channel. Go check out my sponsor, Rafa 180. Like I tell you guys, they have the best medicinal CBD on the market, hands down. You guys need help sleep. You guys got anxiety, depression, ADD, ADHD. They got everything you need, man. Go check them out. You go to their if you go to their website too, on the phone numbers right on the bottom, do you call them up? This fucking only one person answers the phone. They don't have a team. It's just one person that runs the whole thing. She does it by herself. She runs the whole thing. Go and ask him. Go ask him if you got any questions, man. Go check out. Like I said, when you check out the STONED VET USMC, get 15% off your entire purchase, dude. And you guys are using it now, man. They tell me, like, damn, that fucking, I'm losing money because they see they use your code. Let's go check them out. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. I'm gonna go hang out with Giddy. We'll go spend some time together, man. Later, guys.
If it ain't raining, we ain't training. Nothing changed by complaining. I adapt and overcome. I make the best out of situations. I stay alert for my enemies trying to do me some harm. I fight for your freedom of speech and your right to bear arms. When I say I got your six, that means I got your back. But what else would you expect coming from the STONED VET?